I appreciate
You know what I
it.
realized though is that Thornhill is Spirit Box with a guy singing.
I guess.
I mean,
Very, very
Sure.
similar musical styles.
all right. Yeah.
I can't say I've only listened to maybe one Thornhill song.
That's kind of where I'm at. I think I've done like 2 or 3.
I'm listening
so I
to
don't know.
Zero.
Yeah, I've listened to
Honestly,
the whole album.
like
a lot
if I
recently, and it's so
in
good.
in Australia, like, I guess in a lot of the Australian groups, people like are obsessed and froth over Thornhill really hard, and so I'm just like, I still want to hear about it. Like, I want to hear about something else. Like,
It's understandable.
Is Thornhill
Thornhill is-
Australia?
Yeah.
Okay.
sorry, what was that, John?
Yeah, it was me. I said, are
Just
they
asking if
Australian?
Thornhill was Australian.
Yeah.
they are.
Another Australian band.
Australia coming in clutch.
Dude, if you haven't listened to the new DVSR album, you're missing out. Seriously.
Dude, what?
The one that I shared on our Facebook page.
Listen to it,
I
Josiah?
really don't remember that.
Wow.
Josiah doesn't pay any attention to it.
Frankly, I do, but I forget all the time. But
Bryce
yeah, I've somehow managed to remember our login info for getting on the podcast.
You do, so now I don't need to scroll back in the pictures anymore. I'll just ask you.
Meeting ID. I've memorized the meeting ID for Zoom. Really? Why? Stupid.
I know, and you won't post on Facebook.
It's
I
fine.
don't have anything to post.
Post funny stuff. I don't know.
See, I don't know what to post either. It's like I don't know. Like,
Post on how much you hate the Chainsmokers.
Yes.
okay,
how much
Shawn, I have a
We
question.
hate chain smoking.
Do you guys like the Chainsmokers at all?
I can't say I've ever even listened to it.
You're better off.
I feel like I get that and like 21 Pilots mixed up.
Same band. Actually, no, 21 Pilots is arguably better.
Oh, okay.
Not by much.
You can walk out the door and go down the street on that one, because no.
I'm saying they're better.
Pilots
than
have
the
at least a couple of
Chainsmokers.
decent songs.
Why would you say something so bold yet so true? No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna get all the 21 Pilots fans against us now.
Bro, we should create a
Would they even
hate
listen
group
to us?
pilot.
I mean, they might not listen to it, but they'll come and attack anyone that trashes on them. So
We should
No,
call
let's
them
get
we should call them like 10.5 passengers.
that was so bad. Dude, what are you doing?
Honestly, Bryce, I've been in quarantine for like the past 3 days with very little human interaction. So this is great right now.
All right, do we want to start talking about why we're here in the first place?
No.
You know, that might not be a bad
Okay.
idea.
All right.
Because of one of these guys.
Not going to talk about the 1-year anniversary of Albums of Bikini Bottom. Not going to do it.
Not at all. I just really love this hat, honestly.
Is that the only thing you wanted to do was wear the hat?
I really did.
He would have worn it regardless of what the topic was tonight.
Honestly, I probably would have.
Oh, damn. I didn't even notice that.
Right?
Get it closer to the camera and let them see it.
Damn. I have a Krusty Krab hat. I should have wore that.
Oh, rubbing gold.
I think Josiah's the only
Yeah.
one with any SpongeBob merch on.
SpongeBob is
Yeah.
my heart.
SpongeBob consumes too much of my life at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going with that one? I'll be honest. Kind of zoned out for a second.
I mean, especially now with they're like promoting the new movie or whatever, or a new video
Oh, yeah.
game. And like John and I send pictures back and forth. I went to a grocery store last week and there are onions with promotional SpongeBob on the label.
No.
Like I can't get away from it.
Yeah, because the new movie's SpongeBob like Where's Gary or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then they just did the rehydrated version of Battle of Bikini Bottom.
And 2 spin-offs are coming.
Yeah, they're doing a Patrick show spin-off and a Squidward show spin-off.
Oh.
Okay, now wait. Here's the question. Which one of those 2 spin-offs do you think has the better chance of being successful?
Patrick.
Squidward.
Patrick.
I don't think Squidward has a spin-off yet.
Patrick.
I don't know.
I think Squidward. I think Squidward's more relatable.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
he is
voting
more-
for Squidward.
If
It
we're
is more
going with
relatable.
the like
Just
the
like
people that
Patrick
grew up with SpongeBob, I definitely think he's more relatable for that. But also, I'm just thinking of like the standoff episodes for Squidward, where like he went to that not retirement home, but like the community kind of thing.
Community home with all his house.
It's like
it was
Nicole
just his
Akers.
house.
right, like his
Yeah.
solo
Yep.
episodes, I felt were way more fleshed out because all of Patrick's solo episodes had SpongeBob in it still.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Like
not a solo
Harry's
episode.
one.
Patrick's never gotten a proper solo episode. Character
But I
was
don't
treated
think
in
him as a
set about.
character could do it.
Yeah, I think Patrick is just like a more of a supporting character. He's just so much of an idiot.
Right, like there's
Hey, like
only
me.
so many things you can do of like, oh hey, guess what? He's dumb.
Yeah, like Patrick wouldn't be able to survive without SpongeBob.
No. But like you also need a character like Patrick to ground like the energy of SpongeBob, so
Can't deny Patrick has some of the best lines in SpongeBob history.
he does,
Absolutely.
but that doesn't mean
Yes.
he needs a spin-off.
I'm not saying he does, Bryce. I never said that was a reason to justify it.
Jeez, okay.
Oh, John and Sean, real quick. Red Vines or Twizzlers?
Twizzlers.
Wait, are you asking what I call them?
No, which one do you like better? There's two different ones.
I've never even heard of red vines. So I
Well,
guess
Twizzler
Like-
is
yeah.
I mean, I had neither, and then like one of my friends was like saying how red vines were so much better than Twizzlers. So I went out and bought some, and they're nasty to me.
No.
And I love Twizzlers, so
Wait, are red vines the one that you can peel like more easily?
No, they're just trying too hard to be Twizzlers, the regular
No, they're
ones.
not. I think
Okay.
they
Yeah.
came out before Twizzlers.
Doesn't mean they're better.
true.
They're not trying to be Twizzlers. Twizzlers trying to be Red Vine.
Twizzlers trying to be the best.
and they've succeeded.
Well, John and Sean, how does
Everyone
it feel to be doing this for a year?
1 year anniversary, guys. It's
Crazy.
freaking awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe it, honestly.
How many posts are you guys up to? Almost 800? 900?
900.
We hit
900 today.
Exactly, yeah.
Damn.
Oops.
Do you ever think you'll like I guess there's way too many albums to say you'll ever get caught up on them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
As-
because somebody said that, like, you're ever gonna run out or something. Like, you know how many years worth of albums there are that
Right.
exist, and then there's like more coming out every Friday.
Yeah. As long as people keep making music with artwork, I think we're all right.
Yeah. As long as metalcore doesn't go to that Architects album cover route, where like you can't do anything with them.
No, you can't.
Just a
They're all the-
circle or a letter.
Yeah.
Be lucky if you get that anymore with Architects.
Or, unless it goes the way of like, Post Malone where they don't have an album cover, or Bring Me the Horizon with half an album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what was the other one? Periphery or something? They did one of
Yeah,
those.
it's just peas.
Yeah, they didn't have an album cover.
Yeah.
All
Literally every single album. I think besides
Well-
Hail Stand, it was just a P the entire time.
I mean, the Icarus EP had wings on it, so I mean that's something. But
People still request those albums though. Like
Do.
the ones with like super simple covers. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this?
I mean, I feel like at that point it was more so just, hey, it's like maybe my favorite album or favorite bands, like I want to see it done. But,
Yeah.
Right.
or
That's
they want to
exactly
see
what
you
it is.
suffer.
Yeah. Sometimes I think they just say things to say things.
Literally every single person that requests Dance Gavin Dance.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I feel like those are just monumental feats that need to be tackled.
Speaking of, I got my my Merch Limited flag bundle in.
Oh, for Dance Gavin Dance?
Okay.
It's a nice flag. I'll admit that, but as a joke, you guys should just post the same cover that you made for Dance Gavin Dance and just say, "Oh hey, it's now this one." Like, and just see if anyone actually notices. Like, do it maybe over like, the course of a year, and see if there's that one fan that's like, "Wait, you already did this."
Just post it again.
The other name on it.
Yeah.
And even if they point it out, just really double down and be like, no, this is happiness.
Like, no, this one's artificial selection. Well, that one would be different. I guess the only ones that you could do that for would be pretty much the first 3 Tillian albums and then Happiness.
Yeah.
You could do the 2 Downtown Battle Mountains as the same cover, probably.
Yeah, somebody submitted one of those and we posted it. But yeah, they're almost the same.
Was that the one where he outlined Bikini Bottom in gold or something? Yeah. That was a great one.
I still see people asking for Homesick though.
Yeah, we get a lot of like new people that don't know, and like you can't blame them for not going through 900 albums.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, like early on, it was like when there were 100 of them, you're like, just look.
Right.
And
And
now it's like, guys.
sometimes I do get frustrated. I'm like, it's there, and then I kind of John kind of calms me down. He's like, you gotta stop yelling at him.
No one said you need to reply to every single comment.
Yeah, I know. And that's what's wrong with me too. I have to.
Yeah, I've always been like that too.
I feel like everyone, like regardless of like your level of like fame or whatever, wants to reply to everyone.
Right.
But at some point you have to sit there and just say, look, I don't have the time or mental stamina.
Right. But for me, it's like they comment and they request, something I did last week. And yeah, you could just leave it alone. But I'm like, I want them to see it. If, if they don't know it's there. So I'll reply to
just
it.
comment on
And
every single post from now on saying, hey, why didn't you guys do Homesick?
But yeah, and then somebody else will see that I replied to them. So then they're like, oh, he's replying now. So it just goes on and on.
Yep.
And then
rabbit hole.
And then I get in a rabbit hole for like 2 hours just replying to people.
I don't know. I think it's actually good practice to reply to everyone. I'm sure it's a pain in the ass for, I guess, a large page like that you guys have, but I mean, it does help drive engagement.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and like when we post like asking for requests or whatever, and like I'd say about 3/4 of them are ones we've already done. And it's like we both try to reply to all of them saying, here's this one, here's this one, here's this. And that takes a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like most people don't know how many people actually type in those boxes, because like I showed somebody and I was just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and there's like so many.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched one of your live streams, Shawn, and people were doing that too.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. If you watch that, I'm trying to go through every single message, and I'm like, did that. Okay, maybe I'll write that down, but then I just forget about it, like because there's so many.
And then you have me just requesting ridiculous shit on there.
Yeah.
Or me just requesting Kesha's animal.
Yeah, you know what, Bryce?
Stop.
Look,
Not even
you
running
guys don't
page,
even
I
have
think
to do
you
it.
can
I don't
stop.
care. I just let it live as the joke that every single like thing that you post, I would just be like, hey, let's do it.
That's your Metallica joke.
Exactly. It's my own thing. Let me have it. You guys can
Okay.
never satisfy it. I don't care.
So I'm looking at it now. What am I supposed to do here?
I don't think you could. That's the
It's
joke
just her
behind it.
face.
Exactly.
It's just her face.
There's nothing you could do for
It's
it.
kind of sad because like it's been a running joke that we don't
Bro!
do Metallica, but I feel
You
like
know,
we've gotten submissions for every single Metallica album.
Yeah, we definitely could. But then at that point, it's like everybody's
Well, you
going to
guys
call
didn't
us
do it,
out.
though.
They're going to be
They're
like,
just
you said no Metallica.
Yeah.
You sold out.
But I mean, if you
I
guys
don't know if you-
technically
I
didn't make
don't know if
it,
you guys can see this, but this is what you guys should do for the Animal album. Just this face.
Mm. I have that picture
With, like-
tattooed on my leg.
with some
That-
like golden.
that's
isn't it, like,
Squidward
golden
face.
purple?
That Squidward face could also be Lady Gaga's The Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Or,
would be a great running joke for you
Vicary's
guys?
Witness.
It'd be a great running joke that if anybody requests an album that's just somebody's face, just use that same picture over and over again and just change the title.
Maybe put like a filter over it so it's at least the album colors. But like, just honestly, that and Dance Gavin Dance, you could just get some mileage out of the same picture.
That would be amazing.
Well, that's one thing about pop album covers and like rap and stuff. A lot of them just have people on them.
Right.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just the singer.
It's like, well, your name's in big bold letters on this. I really don't think I need to see your face to know who it is. Like, fun.
Speaking of, I actually went to like my local record store the other day and I saw Lil Wayne's new album on like the new release thing, and the cover looks like a hardcore record. Like,
Does it
it's-
really?
yeah,
I
it's
actually
just
didn't
it's just
realize
called
that was
Funeral, and it just says Funeral, and I was like, oh, is this like a new hardcore band? And I pick it up and it's Lil Wayne. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Holy crap.
Am I
It really
wrong?
does.
No,
No,
yeah, it does.
not at all.
Yeah, you would think that was a hardcore band.
Yeah.
But this legit looks like something Rammstein would come out with.
and if
Right.
you hold it upside down, look what it says. Lil Wayne.
Oh my god, it's an ampigram.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't
You
even
know
notice
what?
that.
Damn.
Really
we all
impressive.
know that he had no part in that.
But that's why it looks like a Rammstein cover.
Wow.
I'm having fun with this, just flipping it around. Good stuff. So funny. Wait, does he really have a song in there called Mahogany?
What? I didn't go that far with it.
He really has a song in there called Mahogany.
I mean, that's a great kind of wood. I don't know why you wouldn't have a song called Mahogany. Come on.
Does anybody remember Lil Wayne's rock album?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
A prom queen.
Not really.
I have.
Yeah, that was my shit my freshman year.
With those easy drummer drums?
Mm.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I remember that came out. I was probably like 14 or something when that came out. But I was like, when I get my driver's license, that's the first song I'm going to play in my car. It wasn't.
Aw.
Oh, man. So funny.
So then, do you guys want to go over what your fans said were their favorite edits you guys have done?
What our
Sure.
fans said.
What did your fans say? Because I never checked it.
John made a post, I think, last night.
Yep.
I saw it, but I never went back to it. Did you put it in the fan group?
No.
It was
it's
actually
Or
sad. Yeah, it was on
everywhere.
the page. It was on
wow,
the page.
there's almost 80 comments.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, but a lot of them are fan submissions because they tend to do the like more popular albums that we haven't done.
Yeah, nobody likes our niche bands. It really shows too.
Yeah.
Like one time I posted The Gloom in the Corner, and people are like, this one guy's like, what even are these bands you're posting? Like, oh, come on.
I was going through my pictures today and I found a screenshot where somebody said, "These are really getting bad." And I just said, "Thanks."
Oh. Oh, I remember that one.
Dear goodness.
What one was that? Do you remember?
I don't even know.
I
It
guess
was probably
okay.
the Bring Me the Horizon Suicide season.
I
How
remember.
many-
Go ahead,
like-
Bryce.
No, go ahead, because mine's gonna lead into something.
I was just saying, they really hated my one "Falling in Reverse" album, the one with the girl's belly or whatever on it.
Just like you.
Yeah, just like you.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit for that one.
Wait, why?
Because it sucks.
People hate Falling in Reverse. It's a great album. Shut up.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called
the
Just
right-
Like You.
That's the one thing that I don't like. Like, I love Falling Under Verse's music, but all their album covers are horrible.
They're pretty crappy.
Yeah. I think Coming Home wasn't too bad. That at least fit the concept of the album.
Yeah, but in general.
The Drug and Me and You is straight out of 2006.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for Ronnie Radke, he was,
Fashionably.
he was in jail, so time for him wasn't going past 2007, 2008 until he got out.
It's a good album, though.
Oh, it's amazing.
I can tell you what my favorite edit is. That one.
Damn. Oh, let me see
That's
that.
amazing.
John talks, so it'll show up bigger.
What, yours
think-
isn't? It came out really good.
That's so sick. I don't want my face.
Yours isn't set up for we're all sitting in here at once?
I have mine is set up like whoever talks becomes
Yeah,
big.
that's how the
And-
default is for.
How do you
okay.
switch
go
that?
up.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
changed
gallery view.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all be on
Oh,
the screen, yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
sweet. Okay.
Here, let me take
What?
this out of the plastic so it doesn't have a glare.
Did you just say plastic?
Plastic.
What? Why didn't anybody tell me about the? Never mind. Okay, we're good.
Oh
What?
man, that's so cool.
Gallery view.
I wonder
Wait,
who made
you didn't
that.
know about the gallery view this whole time?
No, I didn't, Bryce. Shut up. Gosh.
You really didn't?
Oh,
No, I straight up didn't. Had no idea.
come
That
on.
looks sweet.
Even Andrew was on a further page than you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that you're the one that always has technology issues, Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Technology.
you're usually the last one in.
Last. You have a funny accent.
It's Philly garbage mixed with a little bit of Southern drawl.
Mm.
This entire stream is just going to be Shawn ripping into John. For his accent.
Sorry. We're both in PA, but I'm in the north.
I'm not in PA.
I thought you were in Philly.
No, I'm in South Jersey. Close enough.
That's Philly.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I was going to say, I'm in PA, but like,
You're
Oh yeah,
Pittsburgh, PA.
you're on the west coast of PA.
You're real
Yeah.
garbage, PA.
yeah,
Bro, I live in Missouri.
yeah.
I mean, when you're the only food that you're known for is pierogies, like get out of here.
We have a pierogi festival in Scranton.
And Permani. But
We have a Primanti Bros too in Scranton.
just as the full name. But I mean, yeah. Look, I don't like it here. I'll be honest. I don't like the people here.
I
Yo,
hate
John.
all of you.
You walk outside. You either see like the people that are trying really hard to act like, oh, hey, we're in New York and we have a big city, or you have the people that are like, oh, hey, we're on the border of West Virginia and like I want to marry my cousin. I hate it. It's all you get here. Maybe a couple suburban white moms, but like that's it. It's really it.
Richard, do you have anything weird like that in Australia?
No, Australia's just perfect.
We're pretty
Aside
chill.
from the giant spiders that could kill you in their little trap hole.
It's like Canada.
I don't know. I mean, we've got a lot of weird shit here too.
Crocodiles, box jellyfish.
Yeah,
There is that will punch you in the
jellyfish
face in a
that'll
heartbeat.
fuck you up.
Yo, John, would you get that continent cover signed by the band?
I
If you could.
definitely would. I actually tried
Really?
to. Yeah, I tried to message them and email them and try to make it official.
Oh, right.
So I
yeah,
could say
like,
it was officially out of one.
Ah, man, that'd be so cool to. I don't know if you showed them that and got it signed.
They saw it when I sent it to them.
Oh yeah.
They kind of just ignored me.
I know the drummer follows the page, but I think we all just want Vincent to see it.
Yeah, I sent it to him. I sent it to him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Did he say anything?
Not a thing.
Yeah, I didn't think he would.
Did you guys make a Slow Decay cover yet or no?
They did.
Yeah, we did.
So I got to get that one made too.
I don't know. I don't know
I
if
don't
that one
have
turned out
Photoshop
so well.
anymore, so. you
I'll,
know.
I'll figure it out.
I mean, all you need is just to download the template and just line it up.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do some stupid font on the back, then that's,
I did Within Destruction's new album last night.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'll show it to you because if it shows up. The lighting's terrible.
I get the
Whatever.
idea behind it, and that's honestly,
It's Karen.
it's amazing. Have you guys actually listened to the album yet, or no?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I got like 2 songs in, and then like the third song, he starts shouting. Never mind. Lyrics. Stuff I'm not comfortable saying.
I mean, it's not that bad.
You know what I'm talking about, Bryce? Like the lyrics that I'm
Yeah.
referring to?
Yeah.
Why don't you say it? I think you're more comfortable singing it than I am.
You both know that I'm a very mature and family-friendly person on the podcast compared to the chat.
That is true. In the chat, you're like,
The chat, oh boy,
Bryce is just out of control in the chat.
compared to this, yeah.
Yeah.
In the chat is my actual humor. In here, it's, oh hey, my parents can hear me.
that's true.
In the chat, Mark
Forget about
Zuckerberg
that.
can hear you.
That's funny. What is some other new stuff that has come out lately?
I mean, I guess talk about the new shirt that you guys have as well.
Oh yeah.
That's all John.
I don't know. I just sat down and I did it in one day.
That's
Damn,
impressive.
That's
like-
awesome.
I mean, I've been thinking about it for months, and I'm just like, I'm gonna start something, and I just ended up finishing it.
It came out really good.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
really good.
I might get it tattooed.
Just a
Giant
full back piece.
What?
Just do a full back piece.
Oh.
Dude, full back.
I don't know about that. I have a bunch on my back already. I got it. I printed it out though. It came out really cool. Oh, check it out though. Sick.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's sweet.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Damn. John, I'm gonna send it to you and have you sign it. All right.
Not gonna lie, it'd be really sweet if that shirt came in pink.
Oh, it doesn't. There's like 16 colors.
Yeah. I was like, really, out of all the colors, there's no pink. Wow.
I think it looks really good on the purple.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a purple one.
Sweet on the purple.
Yeah, the purple's awesome. The
Yeah.
purple's like that perfect old school, like.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah. How did you design it? Like, what did you use to design it? Because I mean, obviously I've got something I'm working on, so I want to.
Well, I'm
how
too
to-
cheap for Photoshop, so I use Krita. It's free, and that's what I use to do all my logos and drawing and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Do you like draw them on like a pad or?
Yeah, I
like,
have like
Oh, okay.
this.
Like a
Damn, I
tablet?
should get one of those.
They're expensive, but
I mean,
I
with the amount of logo
snagged
work
one on
that
Black
you do-
Friday. So
That's
What were you saying?
sweet.
I was gonna say, with the amount of like logo work and stuff that you do, it's worth it.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. He does all
Yeah.
our artwork too, so
I've been wanting to get one for just making the edits because like I use Photoshop, but I'm always like drawing with my mouse.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just a
it definitely makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
how much time is it eating up now? Doing the edits.
I just do it whenever I have time. Like, I don't know. I'm just bored or whatever. But then again, I haven't had a job since May, so it's gotten easier.
Sure.
I do it like after work. I'll try to make like 3 or 4 at night, just so I have enough for the week. And then when I run out, sometimes I dread it. I'm like, oh man, I have like 1 left, and I don't feel like making any. And but I just do it, and then like once you get like one idea, it just starts flowing. It's I'll start going through that every SpongeBob frame page, and I'll see Patrick doing this, and I'm like, oh, that looks like this, and then I just keep going and going.
But back to them spinoffs, you guys are gonna have a lot more.
A lot more frames.
A lot more frames to go through.
Yeah.
Plus the new movie.
I get a lot of ideas from John too. I'll message him, and I messaged him the other day, and I was like, "Yo, think of an album with a shark on it." And we tossed around like 3 ideas. I ended up going with Guttural Slug. I know Bryce, you know them.
I used to love that band so much, and then
Yeah, I know.
got out of my slam phase. I'm like, oh, it's dumb.
Yeah, I thought of you when I was making it.
That
Beat Her
the
to the
Spies
Break.
Icon one too.
Yeah. Here, Bryce. I didn't post it yet, but that's the Megalodon album.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'll probably post it tomorrow.
So, I'm gonna go back and listen to that. Is it a full album or an EP?
I think it's a full one. It might be like 8 songs or something. I haven't listened to it in a while either.
I know. I just remember like hearing the dumbest like cricket vocals on it,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, that's the only song that's decent anymore.
Yeah, there's 7 songs, so it's like a smaller,
kind of
little bigger than an EP.
An EP, kind of a full length.
I always feel like 6 is like the cutoff for an EP. But
Yeah, unless you're like Fit for a King and have 8 songs and an intro and an outro and call it an album.
That's very interesting.
Is there a new one out yet?
No.
No.
Next
Not
month.
yet.
Okay, next month.
There's
I
got like
haven't-
2
I
or
haven't
3
really
songs.
edit for it.
I haven't been paying attention.
No, like
They
I
didn't release a new
commented
song.
when they released the album art. I commented on their post as the page, and I was like, "Why would you do this to us?"
If you didn't use that Squidward statue for Devil Wears Prada, Dear Love, that would have been perfect.
It's like the way she's sitting.
Yeah, it's so awkward.
She's got like her arms crossed, and then she's got like shit all the way up to her elbow or something.
What else new come out? Anything?
Nickelback released a cover today.
Yeah,
Oh.
I saw that last night on Kingdom.
Wait,
is that
They
good?
released a cover?
Yeah,
it's a
Devil
cover.
went down to Georgia
Didn't Korn
Oh.
just do that?
because we
or
needed
something?
that. We needed that.
I know 3 Days Grace just released last week a cover of Somebody I Used to Know, which was
That was good.
terrible.
No, I
Bro.
liked it.
The Convictions
That-
cover for Everything I Wanted by
That's
Billie
good,
Eilish.
too.
It's
Yeah, it's really good.
insane.
Yep.
And
Holy crap.
we should have asked them when we interviewed them what song they were going to cover.
I know. I don't know why we didn't.
Yeah, Korn just covered that song too.
That Korn cover's not that great.
Trying to be corn.
Why is everybody covering that? Did the guy who wrote that?
Yeah,
die or
Charlie
something?
Daniels just died.
Oh,
Yeah, he died
Oh.
not too long.
I
don't
did
know.
not know that either.
I don't know what that is.
But
No, now it makes sense.
And people are bored, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That Convictions cover is so. I can't listen to like the actual song.
I did one time just because I didn't know what it sounded like. But yeah, it's definitely way better.
They covered what? Bad Guy? Billie Eilish?
Everything I
for every
Wanted?
song. Yeah.
Oh, everything. Okay.
I don't know.
The original
I
isn't
don't listen
bad.
to Billie Eilish that much.
Oh man, you're missing out. I love Billie Eilish.
Her stuff isn't bad. It's just not something that I can. I don't. It needs
just
to be
think the
like more
songs
to
are boring.
background stuff. If
I love
do
it.
listen to anything.
She doesn't have bad music. I just think that one song by her was fun, I guess. I don't know. Cooper is incredible. And that's like that's just a teaser of what their stuff's gonna be like.
Yeah, we should have asked them a little more about that too.
I still gotta go watch that. I forgot you guys did that, and I made the freaking thing for it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
It was a fun one.
that episode was fun. That was a
Because
fun
I
episode.
was being a nerd and it was cute.
Shut up.
Yeah, but that was.
Oh, you were being ugly and annoying.
That's fine.
Even got a surprise on that one. That was fun.
Oh man, I freaked out whenever Mike was like, "Oh hey, here's 1 second." He pulled out his earbuds and shoves it over to John. I literally shouted, "Is that John?" And John came on the screen. I was freaking out, dude. I was so excited about it.
And he came on for a good half hour too.
He came on for a while.
Like it wasn't just hey goodbye. It was nice.
Actually
Of him.
sat down. Mike went and ate his wings, and he sat down and started talking.
They're such sweethearts.
I love that band so much.
Who's got sirens outside their house?
That
That's
wasn't me.
That's me. I live in Chicago. Sirens run all the time. It's weird going home and not hearing sirens. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, safety. That's what's happening. People aren't doing stupid stuff.
At least it's not The Office.
Hey.
No, there was an episode we did.
Oh.
What was that? That was a Wage War episode we did, and you had The Office blaring.
Yeah, I did by accident. I was chilling out just watching The Office, and they're like, why is your TV still out? I'm like, oh, it is.
Yeah, I got a few people messaging me asking me what the hell was going on with that.
Hey, look, when you've got The Office on, you got to turn that shit up.
Right.
really
Right.
do.
I still haven't watched a single episode.
Bro, I will
Me too.
two-step to that theme song every single day if I can.
Have you seen the Harm's Way Running Man to The Office theme?
Yeah.
Are they really? Bro, okay, seriously, what edits haven't been done for the Harm's Way Running Man? Seriously.
Those ones are beautiful too.
They did.
Like, I'm surprised somebody didn't do a Running Man to the Harm's Way Running Man to like the Barney theme song.
I
Actually,
think
they probably did.
Yeah, they
Probably
probably
did,
did.
I
honestly.
swear I remember seeing that.
They do incredible work too.
It's sad,
Even though it's just
though.
the same thing over and over again, it's just
It's
fun to watch.
It's all about the timing, though, and that's
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what's sad though is that Harm's Way will only be known
I mean, were they really
as
good
a
for anything
scream
else?
outside of the metal community.
I'd love to know how much the band grew, like in terms of like likes on Facebook and streams
Right.
and stuff like that after that happened.
I know the vocalist commented on one of them saying that he loved like seeing all of it, and it's weird. But
It's weird because you get to see him shirtless every
posted a
single time.
video of like an interview or something.
I mean, the dude's tatted up and ripped as
Yeah.
anyone.
That
ever.
dude is.
I don't blame him for taking his shirt off.
Yeah, no, he's.
He goes hard when he does it too.
Yeah, the joke before that was that all the ripped guys would go see Harm's Way.
What's it?
Like
All the bodybuilders.
yeah, like hey, what time's Harm's Way going?
I can't say I didn't hear them until the meme came out.
I
I
remember
saw him at
hearing,
Warped Tour.
Bryce, would you consider Harm's Way hardcore?
Dude, Sean, John, I have a question. Is Knock Loose a metalcore band?
Yeah,
I say no.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
I say Knock Loose is a hardcore band. I don't want to debate. That's
Yeah, Bryce,
thing.
we don't want to debate.
I'm terrible at genres, but I know that's a thing
See,
that
he just
people get up in
admitted
arms
it.
about.
I'm happy with the +1 to my side.
I think
Well,
we
I just
thought
know
about
that
this
that was
the
a
past
thing.
4 episodes.
That was a thing for a while. Was people were like,
yeah,
this guy called Knock Loose hardcore.
yeah. Especially in Mac, it.
Oh yeah,
That
I
and
just-
Kubla Khan.
Stay out of it.
Um,
Kublai Khan. Okay. What are we gonna debate here? Listen, okay. I don't want to debate. This is just you guys asked. Okay, so Knock Loose, Kublai Khan, Varials, hardcore bands. Flat. That's it.
Get told, Bryce.
Yes, get told by one person.
Didn't you say Vane wasn't hardcore either?
No, I said they were hardcore. Well, did I?
No.
I don't remember, honestly. That one I don't remember.
How is Kublai Khan not a hardcore band?
Hardcore
know,
band with metal
ask
riffs.
Mac.
That's
Go
my
post
argument.
that in Mac and accumulate the laugh reacts.
Oh my god, I will
Norb.
turn into copy pasta so bad if I'm not already.
I'm upset that I haven't been a copy pasta yet.
Right?
I feel like I say some really dumb stuff in there.
I think the majority of people like respect you in there because of all your stuff. Yeah, no, for real. Like,
see, I'm waiting for the day that like I get kicked out of Mac for something dumb, and like everyone just trashes on me, saying like, I can't believe he's finally out. Like he's so annoying. He would never shut up about Iceland.
No, I never got that.
Didn't you get kicked out of Mac like one time before? Like,
no, I was blocked from Mac before I ever joined.
yeah.
What?
So funny.
I'd still love to know why, but yeah. For some reason I was on the block list.
During the whole debacle they had, 2 months ago now?
No, this was like...
No, I'm talking about when I got blocked for no reason.
Oh, with Nick, yeah.
Yeah, with Nick. That whole debacle.
He blocked a few people.
No, I mean, I got blocked from Mac. Like,
yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He blocked a few people from Mac, and they had to go through the list and like, okay, wait. You guys shouldn't be blocked, but okay.
yeah, that's a whole different story.
That's
This is completely off topic. If you guys, if you guys ever do In Flames soundtrack to your Escape, all it is a speaker on the cover. Just use the speakers from freaking the Jellyfish Party episode.
Yeah, let me see.
I just saw it pop up and it popped in my head, so I was like,
What's it called? In Flames, what?
soundtrack to your Escape.
I think that one could be done.
Yeah.
Probably also do that for Speaker of the Dead from Amir.
Yeah.
Although there's probably already an edit out there for it. And I'm just playing into Sean's hatred for people.
No, we didn't do that one. We didn't do that one. Are you sure that's a speaker or is it like a record?
Speaker.
Oh.
I have a.
It'd be odd if it was a record because it says, well, I don't know. What is. Hold on. Let me grab the record. I'm going to look at it.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Let
a
me grab the record. It's a
I have a
record.
screenshot from the show of a record player, and I've been trying to use it, but I can't find any.
Is it the one with Gary as a broken record player?
No, it's
Which one is it?
They put on top of the radio
It's one
tower.
of the. It's one of the newer episodes, I think. So nobody knows it probably, but it's like it's made out of like the legs on it are cans, and I don't know.
Oh, there's the one where SpongeBob tries to give Gary a bath, and he spits all the water over him, and he turns him into a record player.
There's also the record player from, I think it's the episode where SpongeBob like wrote a song and puts it on top of like the broadcast tower.
No, that was Patrick who wrote that song.
Okay.
It's a lighting.
Do you know how long it's been since I've watched
that
Yeah,
horrible
you can see it.
smell?
I like that. See, it's a turkey or something on there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Made myself a sandwich.
Oh my God, is that pointy song
Yeah.
that you're singing? Yeah.
Pointy. What's that?
I hate SpongeBob.
Oh, totally.
Oh, was it tears?
Come on, Josiah. This is the stuff you need to bring up to me at like 12:30 at night. So
No, that's pizza. That's pizza, Bryce. You bring up
that's
pizza.
anything.
Yeah.
No, anything dumb will get me to laugh like an idiot around 12:30.
Then in the middle of the episode, this couple sitting there, the guy looks at her and says, "This song reminds me of you," and the line comes up and says, "P.U." the horrible spell. He gets like smacked in the face. It's absolutely hysterical.
Oh, you know what else came out that's new? Well, I guess not new, but like Across the White Water Tower put up their vinyl pre-orders.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sweet.
New.
I bought both variants.
Look at you go support local Mac boys.
Yeah, I'll support Steven anytime.
I know what we're talking about, but I don't know what we're talking about.
The vinyl pre-orders for the Across the White Water Tower's first, EP album?
Well, it's a deluxe EP, so it might be an album now.
It turns into an album because I think there's 10 songs on it now.
Yeah.
What happened to Richard?
Australia, I don't know. Must have
How's that an answer?
It's Australia.
he got bit by
Yeah,
one of
eaten
them,
by a spider. Yeah.
one of those big old spiders that.
He got wrapped around the neck by an anaconda.
He said he'll be back in a sec.
Got
I should have said
swallowed.
stingray
and
like Steve Irwin.
That anaconda got swallowed by a spider. That spider got swallowed by a kangaroo.
Yeah.
What is going on
the
there?
clock.
Clock. I love how that. Oh, you know what's funny? As soon as the clock went off, we lost viewers, and as soon as it stopped, we got more.
I forgot this was live. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just us goofing off live. Just
One day
giggling.
we'll have a serious live one.
Seriously, one day.
One day we'll have an actual band discussion live. And they can tell me how wrong I am for hating the second half of an album, and it'll be great.
Second half always sucks.
Does.
That's not true. I was just trying to make people laugh. I was trying to make you guys laugh, and it didn't work.
I was in shock. I was like, somebody agrees with Bryce? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, Josiah, the Silver Scream isn't their best album. It's not.
It's not. No, I agree with that.
What album do you guys think is the best then? Every Trick?
No.
Bitter?
I still say
It's
Prey
Prey.
Becomes the Prey.
It's a very close contender.
Like that. If you think about, like, I mean, I wasn't around for it, but if you look back at how many of the songs they're still requested to play live.
Yeah, that is true. It is a phenomenal
Like,
album.
even by people that found them from the Silver Scream.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I like Safe is Just a Shadow a lot. I know that's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I don't
Like it. I think it's a good album.
I assume it's Steven running the account, but Across the White Water Tower said Safe is Just a Shadow.
Oof.
Oh, are they watching?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Yeah,
are.
they were at one point. I don't know if
They still are.
Yeah.
They're commenting right now.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Was it ahead of its time? That was a 2010 album, that's true. I always forget that that's 2010 and not like 2013 or so.
Yeah, that was early ink.
It was early.
It still feels like 2010 was like maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
It hit me because I remember seeing
We'd still have Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Right?
The first Michael Bay Transformer movie. And it's like, wait, that was 2007. And I'm thinking like, wait, Last Chance to Make Amends just came out. It's like, if only I was more focused on like that and not whatever, like, I don't know, I guess 8 or 9-year-old me was focused on.
Oh, jeez. I always forget how young you are.
Yeah, I get it. I'm young. Okay. I'm only 21. Woohoo.
I'm 21 too. So.
I was 15 in 2007.
Well,
What was
I
that?
was 16.
That was 13 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I was 16 too.
Me too.
I can't believe how quick time goes.
Feels like I just started college like a couple months ago, and
I was
like, wait, I'm going in
9.
my last year.
And I was 9 in 2007.
Jeez.
Only
Youngins.
we were around for like Well, I mean, I don't know. Could 9-year-olds listen to whatever 2007 metalcore was putting out back then?
No.
If I had access to LimeWire, I could.
I'm trying to think, like, what albums were in 2007?
Beneath the Sky. That's all I think of.
You said Beneath the
Just think of
Sky.
like, yeah,
Which album was that? Beneath the Sky in 2007. Was that
7861.
Yeah, I was gonna say is it 786
That's
one.
What Demons Do to Saints.
I just think of like Unearthed and As I Lay Dying and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess, well, Day to Remember for Those Who Have Heart was 2007?
Ocean
Or
Between
no.
Us is good.
Yeah, that was 2007.
Messengers by ABR.
Good one. I
Yeah.
think I Killed a Prom Queen too.
Horizons
When
by
was-
Parkway.
The Big
Like,
Dirty,
like,
Then
the
suddenly,
Big Dirty from Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Storm the Gates of Hell by Demon Hunter.
I don't like
That's a
Every
good
Time I
album.
Excuse me.
Die.
No, I don't really care for them either, actually.
yeah, Demon Hunter never, I don't know. They had songs that I enjoyed, but overall, they just never.
I really only liked one song they ever put out, and that
I
was
love Demon Hunter.
Not
Into
Ready to
Oh my
Die.
Shikari's-
God.
Enter Shikari's
God,
album
that
Take
was
to the
so
Skies
fun.
came out in 2007.
I Sure the Hinges by Haste a Day.
Demon Hunter is actually how I got into metal. Because like
Okay.
I liked rock a lot, and I was in Facebook groups for rock and stuff, and people, well, like Christian rock, and people always talked about Demon Hunter, and I didn't like the screaming and stuff. So I made myself like it, and then eventually I just started liking it.
I forget what song it was from Demon Hunter, but that was like, whenever I was still listening to just like rock and maybe some post-hardcore, if that. It's one of their songs that I basically always had on constantly, and now I don't think I've listened to it probably within the last like 3 years.
Probably like collapsing or something like that.
It was on Storm the Gates of Hell. I know that.
Oh, it was.
Um,
New Rain by Horn of Osiris came out.
Mm.
Physics of
Yeah.
Fire by Becoming an Archetype.
It's so weird thinking like
Ruin from Architects came
Avenged
out.
Avenged Sevenfold, their self-titled.
Yeah.
yeah,
Those Who Have Heart by Day to Remember.
it's weird thinking that like it was Fading Away.
That's a good one. I've been fading away. I've been searching for the. That's a good
I
one.
was just listening to that the other day.
It's just weird thinking like, oh hey, 2007 was 13 years ago, but like remembering the stuff that I did in 2007 is like, wait, that was going on simultaneously and I missed out on all of it.
Yeah, I know. I hate
That's
that.
kind of greatness.
Because I mean, like, I just got into metal and stuff. I think it was, 2014.
Yeah,
As well as my mind.
I was at Warped Tour and everything by then.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the
Like
first year I went to Warped Tour was 2017.
Jeez. My first Warped Tour was 2006.
Mine
My
was
first one was
2011.
That's where it started for me, Sean. 2006.
I
Lived-
was like 11.
I live like 3 hours away from Warped Tour, and my parents wouldn't take me, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it was luckily for me. It was only 20 minutes away.
Yeah, same. Right in Scranton.
Was it? Mine was in Camden.
I mean, they're always
Okay.
going to correct me, but mine
Pomona.
was, I think, 45 minutes? Maybe.
Well,
Yeah, I went to a Camden one once actually because Scranton date rained like it was like storming really bad, and they said that they would accept our tickets in Camden the next day.
no. What year was that?
I
Remember?
want to maybe like 12. I know it was the year Suicide Silence played.
No, I didn't go in 12.
Oh,
I didn't go
That
in
was
11 or
Mitch.
12.
Still has vocals.
That was a good year,
Yeah.
2012.
2012 was Suicide Silence was on All Stars.
okay, then maybe it might have been 10 then.
Yeah, I think so because they weren't on there.
I know.
Well,
Okay, yeah, it definitely was 10 because Attack Attack self-titled was new, and I remember they played at like 9 a.m. and
Yeah,
we
they were
like
one of the
ran
first
in.
bands that opened.
Right. Yeah.
And- I think Asking Alexandria did that year too, and it was just terrible.
I mean,
I think it
What
was
if they ever make it
2011
live?
then.
I don't know. Either way, I went to Camden once.
Well, I would have been there probably.
Well, you should have said hi.
was too busy getting kicked in the head somewhere, probably.
That's about right. It's Warped Tour.
I didn't start going until 2016.
You missed
Sean, I don't know
out
if you
on the
danced.
best
I don't
years.
know.
I know, and I was aware of that.
I mean, hey,
It was
my
like
first,
8.
I got there, shopped around, saw Ice Nine Kills, and then was content with my day. 'Cause I got to learn the hard way that, oh, hey, there's the first band opening.
They just sit on concrete and eat a $13 hot dog the rest of the day.
Dude, I think we had
And get a sunburn.
$15 chicken tenders.
Jeez.
It was. I think it was. I also got like $12 pizza slices.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah,
to
that
a
was.
pizza on that day.
I mean, I went to New Jersey in the 25th anniversary date, and it was like I got up to the front of the line for one slice of pizza was like $10, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
No, I'll starve.
But I feel like at that point, like, you waited in that line long enough, just get it.
But they would give away
Monster
free
with
Monster.
water in it.
Yeah.
With water, probably.
Brand recognition.
I really liked that soda that they came out with the last like 2 years, that Mutant.
Yeah, that was good.
That was so good.
That's good. They don't have that anymore, do they?
No, they stopped or they discontinued it or something.
I'm trying to get the Warped Tour lineup from that year in Campton.
Well, while
We
you're
only
doing
had
that,
we only had Warped Tour here for 1 year, and the lineup wasn't that great, so I didn't even bother going. It was like a test run to see if it would work here.
I like that hat.
Yeah, I won this in a giveaway from Monster, like Warped Tour, whatever, whenever it was, 2018, I think.
But
I
Richard,
feel like
you
Warped Tour in
guys had
Australia.
way more better festivals than we did.
Yeah.
We had Soundwave. I mean, when you have, I think on the same year it was Metallica, Slipknot, and Linkin Park.
Yeah.
There's the main 3 bands on the same festival.
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
Slipknot in my heart.
Hey, I'm back. I froze, I guess.
What did you freeze for?
I don't know.
is it that I didn't notice that you froze?
I kept watching on Facebook though, so
I
I
thought
kept
he
up
was
with
looking.
the conversation.
I just
But-
saw that he was looking.
I was watching on Facebook so I could keep up with you guys. But oh man, Richard, I totally forgot you live in Australia, so we're totally secluding you from this whole Warped Tour talk. I feel terrible.
Cannot
now.
relate. I mean, we
that
had
sucks.
absolutely ridiculously expensive, shitty festival food too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
You
mean,
guys have
that's
like
everywhere.
download though, don't you? Or is that Europe?
no, we have Download as well.
Okay, yeah.
That she got cancelled. I was literally 1 week away from going to Download to see My Chem, and then shit got cancelled.
I'm still, I don't know. I'm waiting for the Five Finger Death Punch tour to get canceled or postponed again.
I mean, it says it's going to, well, for me, it's going to be November 1st.
It's not because
for-
it kicks off, I think, September 30th or something like that.
Yeah, I
Did you
can't.
guys see
Happen.
like the massive festival in Sturgis, like 250,000 bikers?
But
going
that's
to
where
see-
Trap played to like 6 people.
Yeah, nobody showed up to see them.
Like,
I love
how
it.
do you have like 200 plus thousand people?
And only that
6.
few go to see Trap.
Everybody hates them at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a pretty big joke now. And I think they only sold 600 copies of their new album.
They did.
I'm surprised that like none of the other band members are mad at that guy for like ruining their whole face.
So
I wonder if they just don't have internet. Because there's no way you
It
could
was-
avoid that.
I think Jared Dines, because he put up a video on Trap recently. He was mentioning like the other members. He's like, they either don't care, they're fine with it, or there's like some contract that they signed that they literally can't like speak out against it.
Or
Yeah.
they're just making good money somehow.
They're not.
Then
All
with
the
600
Spotify
albums-
streams. No, no Spotify. Pandora streams.
Because everybody's like, oh, I remember that band.
They're
Right,
only
they go listen to
one song.
Headstrong once, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember it. That's it.
Back off, mow your lawn.
Trapped was my first show ever, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's Trapped, Nickelback, and Chevelle.
That sounds like they would
Chevelle's
tour
worth
together.
it, though.
Yeah,
Chevelle's worth it, though.
I was like
The
9
sad
years
part
old.
is none of those bands are inherently bad.
I like them all actually. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
it's-
Trapped is terrible, like because of the dude, but like
Right, like,
if
and
it comes
Nickelback
on,
has Chad, but like, if we take the
Chad.
members out of the band, like, they're
Freaking
not
Chad Kroger.
really that bad.
right.
No, yeah, I
Separate
like-
the art from the artist.
I like rock like that, and a lot of people don't, especially in Mac. Like they trash that stuff.
Well, because like it's also catchy. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that stuff.
Yeah, Mac
And
hates
guess what?
anything catchy.
Yep.
Bro, if you have an
There's
opinion
no-
on anything in Mac, you're gonna get like persecuted.
Whenever,
It's not
you,
about-
whenever you need a good
Mac.
laugh, you go to Mac and do that.
Yep.
Just as like a joke, I should start like a Nickelback variant collection and post it in.
Okay, wait, I need to see.
It'd be a bigger
I
joke
wanna
if
see
you
how
did
much
Trapped
they had.
variant collection.
I think they have everything on vinyl by now.
I know, but I need to know how many variants.
Oh god.
A variant
Price
collection.
will
you can sell
literally
it.
probably buy them all in like a day.
No, dude, I don't have money.
He buys too much other stuff.
No, I don't know if you. Blah. It seems to be like most of them are just like one or two. So it's not too bad.
Depends
But-
on how
Josiah,
limited they are.
yeah, I don't know if you know this, but it's not good in the Ice Nine Kills camp right now.
Bro, you are getting absolutely slaughtered.
What did
Well,
you do?
What did I miss?
Crap
Like
that
in the
they
conversation or Ice
releasing.
Nine Kills.
The Ice 9 Kills.
They got in the habit of the past 2 months of saying, here's Nightmare on the 9th. Then 1 or 2 days later, here's an addition to Nightmare on the 9th.
Oh yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, they released a few more things. Yeah.
And you're
They
like,
did.
no, they won't.
No, because I love how they're like, due to the overall demand, it's like there was no demand. No one liked this drop. I didn't like this
Yeah,
drop.
people don't
They are
like
just the
it.
perfect merch core band.
I hate to say it because like
I
he's
hate
turning it
to
into
say it.
Cleaver and I hate it. But then it's like they're making money and they can't tour. So
They're
it's like,
they're making a boatload of money.
Stupid money.
I variant collect Phineas, and they haven't released anything in like 3 years. So
Aren't they working on new stuff?
Pretty
yeah,
much.
they are. A new album next year,
Nice.
which I'm hyped about.
I know you would be.
I don't want to think about the new Ice Nine Kills album.
But going back like 14 steps, Sean, does like 2:00 in the afternoon sound like when Suicide Silence went on?
Yeah, that sounds alright.
That was 2010.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
10 years ago, do you think Suicide Silence played at 2:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Trust me, when you have Warped Tour memories, you can remember that stuff.
Yeah, I actually that year is very significant for me. I don't know. I don't want to bring everybody down, but I actually met
We do
Suicide.
it all the time.
I met Suicide Silence that year, and I was with 2 of my friends, Matt and Brandon, and both of them actually passed away over the years, and so did Mitch. So it's like
Yeah.
that's like a significant thing for me because it was just us 3. Both of them are gone, and Mitch is gone. I actually have a thing right here. I'll show you. Hanging up there where they signed it, and I got both of their
Oh,
nice.
memory
That's
things
awesome.
in there. Yeah.
Look, Sean, you didn't need to make me cry.
I know, sorry. But yeah, so that year specifically sticks out for me.
Oh, did you bring some of those SpongeBob onions back with you?
oh my gosh, Richard.
But yeah, 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Sun beating down on you and everything.
hmm
Those were the best times, though.
Yeah, they did a signing under the Trojan condom tent.
That's where I met Chiodos, too.
Oh yeah, and we
That's
just
nuts.
did it by mistake. We were just like taking a break. We were like leaning up against this giant blow up condom or whatever.
That was a
And
big. I remember a big blow up tent. You went in, you watched a movie.
Right, yeah, it was under
Brothers.
that. Yeah, and we're like leaning on it or something, and the security guard is like, "Yo, you guys got to move. Like, we're doing a signing here in like 5 minutes." And we're like, "Oh shit! Like, who is it?" He's like, I don't know, Suicide Silence. And we're like, "Yo, sweet." So we were like first in line.
I actually got a Trojan shirt signed by Chiodos.
Yeah, I remember you told us about that.
I think I put that up on Mac.
I remember you did that.
Yeah, I remember too.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys.
John,
I'm
you
running on
probably
like
answered
3
this.
hours of sleep, so that's why I'm kind of just
Why aren't you sleeping?
because I had to work 12 today.
Why?
'Cause my
Why
work
do you
needs
have
me.
to work?
Sean, I have a question. Where did you've probably answered this, but I wasn't here last time. So where did you come up with the idea of starting Albums of Bikini Bottom?
So would I saw somebody else make an edit for Count Your Blessings by Bring Me the Horizon. They like put it as their cover photo, and then one of my friends shared it, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool. So I made it my cover photo, and then like for the next week I kind of got the idea, like as I was working, I was like, oh, I could do that, you know, with this album and this album too, like just replace it with SpongeBob. And then I started going over different names for the page in my head, or like what I would call it. Like I almost went with Deathcore SpongeBob, and then I decided not to do that. And I don't know. That name came to me, and I just made the page, made one quick, and I got lucky because the very first one I posted just like exploded. And within like a day, the page already had like 500 likes or something. And then that was that. And then John, I think I did it by myself for maybe like 2 months or something. And I was in the middle of moving, and I couldn't keep up.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with all the traffic. And John just kept sending me all the ones that he was making to help me out because I didn't have time to make them. And I was like, you know what, John, like, why don't you just do it with me? Because, you know,
I
Remember when
think it
John was
also-
making all those?
yeah.
And they like looking. I saw because I was going through my pictures today, and I saw some of the old ones I did, and they were terrible. But
Yeah, then all of a
We've
sudden you guys are getting covered
gotten
by
better.
freaking, what was it, like alternative press? Did you guys get covered by them or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Alternative
Okay.
Press and Loudwire is definitely the biggest one.
Outwire did it? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because it's not Corey Taylor.
And
Yeah.
let's see who else. Metal Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Middlesex.
All Press follows us actually,
Oh.
and Fearless Records does too.
Yeah. I
And
didn't
they'll
know
actually
All Press
like
followed us.
they'll message us sometimes. Fearless Records are like whenever we post them on our story, they're like, heck yeah, another Fearless Records release.
Metal Blade just said something about you, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Metal Blade,
About-
they reposted that Job for a Cowboy album. I think
Yeah.
they follow us too.
Indie Merch Store reposted the Rings of Saturn one.
I would say I absolutely love the Dinger one.
Dinger. Is that how you pronounce it? Dinger?
Yeah, that's how I always said it.
I always say Dinger.
I don't know.
I've always seen it as Stinger.
But like everybody always requested a Rings of Saturn. I'm like, do you hate us? But I was like, I'm gonna replace a couple things and see if they. I thought I was gonna get ripped apart because not everything was SpongeBob, but
It was close enough. You got the
Yeah.
references in it.
yep.
Crazy, man. That's wild how it just blew up like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it keeps growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What many likes are you guys at now?
55,350.
I was gonna say just 55.
Just 55. I was like, how and what?
Yeah, on
Massive.
Facebook and what is it, 38
Yeah,
on Instagram?
38.2.
Two.
We had a big spike yesterday from Rings of Saturn.
Yeah, it was like 200, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, are you on Instagram? Are you guys a verified profile?
No, I applied and they never got back to me.
I don't think they do meme pages at all.
Yeah, I had to like send them a picture of my ID, and I was like, this doesn't make sense because it's not like my personal account or anything.
Right.
So
Chelsea
I don't
Grin's
know.
not even verified on Instagram.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know why.
I feel that's kind of surprising that their manager wouldn't be like, hey, go verify
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because
that's weird.
there's a lot smaller bands that are verified on there.
Right. But I also feel at some point like bands would just get verified just to say, hey guys, we're verified.
Or just
Yeah.
like comment
Us.
picture, like comment one emoji in the comments and get top comment on every post.
Eskimo Callboys verified.
I wish
I
we
mean,
would
like
get
in terms
verified,
of in terms of meme pages, you should be able to, because I just had a look, and I mean, I know he's a massive meme page, but that guy fuck Jerry. has
Oh
got the
yeah,
blue tick.
that's probably like the biggest page there is.
Ink's verified too.
Damn.
I mean, yes, these are signed bands, John.
But I mean, yeah, that would be nice if we could get verified because we are starting to get clones. We have a little a page called SpongeBob Album Edits.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that in my
Aw.
pictures
I
too. It was
guess.
like somebody made a meme and it was like SpongeBob. It was, what was it called? Is it SpongeBob Edits? Something like that.
SpongeBob Album Edits.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking at it
then
now.
they put that picture next to the Weenie Hut. And then
Oh yeah.
Albums
And they
Bikini
put-
Bottom was Salty Spittoon.
Yeah.
At that point, just message them, just say, hey. There's nothing else, just say, hey.
Well, the only reason I saw it is because they tagged us in like their story. They're like, yes, I got a lot of inspiration from Albums of Bikini Bottom, and it's like clearly like
It's the same concept.
Are they like original edits, or are they legit just screenshotting yours?
No, they're original, but they're not.
yeah,
that
he's
good.
making his own, and like I hate to shit on the guy, but they're not the best quality.
What's
They're not
Page
the
called-
original, so
Yeah, they have 37 followers.
hey, that's 37 that might not be following them.
That's
There's another
true.
one called SpongeBob on Covers.
Really?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Come on.
Where is that?
yeah, these
Look up
these
SpongeBob
edits are
on
It's-
album covers.
Is that Facebook or?
Oh, I see it.
Instagram.
SpongeBob on
Instagram.
covers. 289 followers.
42
Yeah.
posts.
Okay, now you gotta
These
go
edits are
to each
rough.
follower and see if they follow you.
I'm trying to see if they stole anything of yours.
I mean, they practically
see it.
stole this. This page is edits of bikini or albums of Bikini Bottom. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
They stole that one literally not too long ago.
Well, that one we just posted on Sunday.
Yeah,
Because some guy on Facebook who's like a graphic designer did it.
yeah, these edits are rough.
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
You guys
And,
have also spawned like a bunch of other people doing other edits of like
Yeah, what
Ed,
was
Ed, and
it?
Eddie.
There's six
Scooby
of
Doo.
them.
The Scooby Doo one. They're like, can you shout us out?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, no.
Like, no, why?
Did they? There's a Scooby Doo one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they
Yeah, it's
follow
real
us.
small. It's really small.
Yeah,
Well,
they got, like,
Again, we only see this stuff because I look at every.
well, and they
notification.
tagged us.
I still think the Simpsons one might be the biggest one.
Yeah.
out there.
That's definitely
Yeah.
the one that's. I don't want
They
to
have-
say they're our competitor, but like,
I mean,
Basically, are.
yeah.
yeah.
They have
Were they
more
before
followers
you
than us.
or?
I think so. Yeah.
No, they started in March of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
think
were-
they just came around.
Yeah, because originally the guy that runs it was sending us subs. He started doing like the Gojira subs,
There it is.
and then
Oh.
he started his own.
Which
thing.
one is theirs? Which one is his?
This one's Albums of Crystal Cove,
Oh.
like Scooby Doo.
That name is just so original.
Right, like at that point, it's like, guys, kind of pretty much admitting that it's like, okay, I can't have an original.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, he
idea.
said
Yeah.
that. He said like that he copied us pretty much, and he's like, "Can you follow me? Can you shout me
No.
out?"
Like, no, that's not how popularity works.
Oh yeah, no. What he said was, hey, I'm doing the same thing as you, but with Scooby-Doo. It's like, oh.
Thanks for
Okay.
letting us know.
Yeah, he's like, can you give me a shout out?
No, but I was looking at it, and one of the people who, maybe it's not this one. I think it's the Springfield one. They submit edit star page that we've posted.
Yeah, the guy that runs it. His
His
handle's like Alice.
Alice,
DG.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Gojira guy.
Yeah.
Isn't it Gohira?
I don't know.
Is that how you say it? Gohira?
Gojira.
I always say Gojira.
I always
I say
heard it as
Gojira.
Gojira.
Yeah, Gojira.
You're outnumbered.
Cameron's always said it
Gohira?
like Gohira, so that's what I go
It's
by.
not Gojira. Yeah. I mean, it'd be a whole different story with the Albums of Crystal Cove thing if you guys did a spin-off of Albums of Bikini Bottom.
That's what you guys should do.
It's
Just spin off
Scooby-Doo.
everything. And
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
it
do spin-offs
more
of
popular.
literally everything. That way people can't copy.
Don't have
Yeah.
time for that. Barely have time for this.
And we got yelled at. John got yelled at for using. Oh, I said that in the last
Wait,
podcast.
what happened? I
For
don't. I
using
wasn't.
Rim.
It was a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, there weren't any Grim Reaper characters, I don't think. Or not that we could find from SpongeBob. And people kept requesting Children of Bodom. So I used
Another
Grim
one.
from Billy and Mandy, and they're like,
Use
"This
the
isn't even
same-
SpongeBob. You're just using.
Oh,
you're
I thought
going.
that was super clever.
What did they say? You're becoming albums of Nickelodeon or something.
Yeah. They're like, that's cheating.
What a
Well,
dingus.
then
because
you go
it's-
make your own page and run it.
Billy and Mandy's from Cartoon Network.
I don't know.
I just realized I have to pack stuff tonight.
Wait, what do you have to pack now?
Look, there's only one reason I was able to afford that Ice on Kills flag last night. And it's because our good boy, John Villain, I let him take advantage of me.
Don't lead off with that. You need to continue.
I basically sold him, I don't know, maybe $150 worth of records for $100. Maybe $175. I don't know.
What did you sell them?
Famous Last Words, Council of the Dead, Bullet for My Valentine's, 10-inch of Don't Need You. The red and yellow 2 LP of Katy Perry's One of the Boys, which for some reason is
You didn't tell me you had that?
Yeah, I've had it for years. For some reason it's going for like upwards of 70 now, even though I bought it for like 15 or 30 or something off of Discogs. And I swear there was something else he bought. Oh no, that was it. So never mind. Never mind. He didn't take advantage of me. Also, Laura informed me that the chicken tenders were $14.
Dear goodness. It's an expensive chicken tenders.
Yeah, and we each had our own, so figure $28 for chicken tenders.
$28 for chicken tenders.
At least you weren't getting booze. Because that's just as expensive.
I wasn't. Yeah, no, I
Price
wasn't.
was like 10.
Yeah, I
I
know.
wasn't. I went and I was 17, and then I went when I was 18 and I was 19. So, it was just a little bit off of 21.
Yeah, festival alcohol is so expensive. It's not even worth it.
Honestly, any like show alcohol is. It's like going to school and taking classes where they tell you why they price the stuff and what it is. It's like, I hate that, but I get it.
Why do they price it that high?
It's just a lot of marketing and just stuff like that, and like the deals that they get with the brands
No.
because they get
Yeah.
a cut of it sometimes, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's a lot of business stuff that makes sense when you hear it, but the average fan going just sees it as you're selling expensive alcohol.
Yeah, everyone's got to make money.
It's like ticket fees. Like when you see stuff like Ticketmaster get like the amount of fees, it's like, yeah, that sucks, but you have to realize they pay the people operating and maintaining their servers. They pay the people doing the graphic design work of the actual tickets. They pay the people. I mean, they don't print them out so much anymore, but they used to do that. So it's like a lot of fees that like, oh, hey, each person might only get like 10 cents, but there's enough stuff built up that it's like, oh, hey, fees are now $20. You know, it's like it sucks. And the average fan is just going to say, well, this is stupid. You don't need more money. But it's like the ticket price goes typically towards the artist. The fees go towards, you know, the people that actually get the ticket to you. But
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
my little pet peeve.
at the end of the day, like things like Ticketmaster and Live Nation, they're not selling tickets out of the goodness of their heart.
No, they're not. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with them making a profit off of it. But, you
You
know,
have to do.
it's the average fan that sits there and yells at them for charging way too much for ticket fees. And it's like, guys, when you buy a box of cereal, you realize that the majority of the price is not the product you're getting, it's the work that went into the product.
Mhm.
But it's like someone, like that graphic designer that made the cereal box is getting paid each time.
That's why video games can be so expensive.
Right. And it's like there's effort that's put into it, but people just see it as you're getting the final product, not the effort put in. Kind of like an album. It's like, well, you know, why do you have to charge $30 for vinyl? It's like, well, you have to pay to get it
Vinyl's
made.
expensive.
Right. And it's like, oh, hey, we also have to recoup studio time. So that's my little rant of people not understanding what they're buying.
Especially like, I mean,
Well, also, people don't
going-
understand logic either.
No.
Yeah, and like
'Cause
going
you
off
try to
like
tell them,
album
and it's like,
time,
no.
going off like album, you know, production time. I remember, I think it was Northlane said that when they recorded their album Node, it cost them about $40,000 to produce it, to get it ready to go. So before they even see any money from the album, they've got to pay that guy back. Like,
And not even that, like sometimes, like typically how it works is, oh, hey, the studio will pay the engineer, but then it's like, okay, well, now the band owes the label. And then you get into really horrible, you know, disagreements when you want to leave the label. And it's like, well, you still owe us like $28,000 from your last album. So people in Mac at least understand that part of it, I hope. Like maybe not the cereal box and the ticket fees, but I like to believe they understand what goes into making an album, considering how many people have made albums in there. But anyway, that's my stupid rant from someone that's going to school for entertainment. Don't do it.
It's great.
You know,
That's not very entertaining, is it, Bryce?
eventually, each class becomes the same thing. Like, you can only hear, hey, guys, this is a breakdown of concessions per person. And this is the amount of money that each person spends on merch, even if they spend $0 on merch. It's like, get it. You know, you have your per head, or knows what it's called. She pays more attention.
Is she going to school for the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Except I think she wants to do like venue management or stuff like that. And for me, it's like, I just want to get a degree and get it over with. I've changed my mind 3 or 4 times in there.
Oh, geez.
I went originally, I was like, well, I'm going to go manage my own band. And then I was like, maybe I'll manage someone else's band because I don't have enough talent. And then it's like, maybe I'll work at a label and do A&R. And then it's like, maybe I'll have my own record store. So I don't know.
dude, I feel like at this point, Ice Nine Kills should let you intern for them or something.
I want to jokingly bring up to them, it's like, let me be your merch guy. Because Daryl or Derek or whatever his name is clearly enjoys doing Cleaver more.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, let me be your merch guy. But I doubt that will ever happen. So
Yeah,
At
probably.
this rate, you just need to open a nice on kill store.
Or a
that's my
museum.
fear. Now, remember when A Day to Remember opened that museum store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was doing that in Boston. It's like, well, time to go on a road trip. Or just have I don't know. I forget. I think I know like 2 people in Boston that could just do pickups for me instead. But I guess, okay, here's a question. What's, for Shawn and John, what's your like most surreal experience with, like over the last year with it? Excluding like how much it's blown up.
I think probably like the articles. That's probably been the most, like Metal Sucks and Loudwire writing about it and like using our names in the article. That was pretty insane.
That's what's crazy about it. It's
yeah.
Like, hey, my name's in Alt Press.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my goal is, and I know this is a very big stretch, but I think my goal is to be on Finn McKenty's podcast.
I mean, honestly, the weird stuff he covers, I could see it.
Yeah, he's all into like business and marketing and like people that are making money doing what they do. So I don't know if I know he knows the page exists because I've commented on his things about it, like looking for advice or whatever. But
So
yeah.
then, do you guys, I mean, you can just not answer this if you don't want to get into like the finance stuff. But like, I also get interested in like the business stuff. So it's like, are you guys getting any like money from it or
No?
All right.
Not from Facebook or Instagram or anything. No.
That's why we do merch.
Yeah.
How well does the merch sell?
It's all right. I mean, I have 2 smalls of the last shirt that we did, but that's it. And I've sold, I think, from the new design since we've posted this morning, about 8 of them. So it's not too bad.
That's a few hours.
How do you guys find using Redbubble? Like, did you look into any other services? Just for my...
Yeah, I've heard of a few. I initially went on Redbubble because I was selling another design that I did, not related to the SpongeBob page, and somebody wanted one that was out of stock, so I threw it up there just because I had heard of it. And
wasn't it the Animal Crossing thing?
No, it was Target.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
That was interesting too, because I did that before I did any shirts for Albums of Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, I think Laura just bought. I know she bought some stickers from you, but I forget which ones they were, because she got them I think Tuesday.
Do you guys know about that? The Target?
Yeah.
I mean, there was
I knew it a little bit ago, and then I forgot who did it. And then seeing your Redbubble store, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like putting it together who did it.
Well, there was I'm in a group on Facebook called Community of Metal Designers, and they do a contest every month, like redesigning a logo. And one time they did Walmart. And then my friend who worked at Target was like, you should do a Target one and I'll get a shirt or whatever. And so I did it. And then he put it on a shirt and posted on Facebook, him and his buddies who he worked with wearing like the Target metal shirt. And then like it got a ton of shares and people were like, hey, I work at Target, I want one. And so I just started printing them. I didn't plan to, but like I ordered a bunch from my merch guy. And I made like $1,000 revenue. From just selling those shirts.
Jeez.
I saw that post too. I got like a lot of shares.
Oh
like,
yeah, it was like crazy.
Like 90,000 shares.
Did you end up getting credit for it, right?
For what?
For the shirt, you got credit for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, something got lost in translation. I was like, wait, did they take credit for making that? Or
No. No, it was my friend. He's like, look at this cool shirt or whatever, and he like shouted me out, and people were like, well, I want one.
It's awesome.
Okay, I really exaggerated. It wasn't 90,000 shares. It was like 2,000 shares. Still though, that's a lot.
It's like a significant amount of people who bought them though.
Yeah.
Like there was somebody who was like, I'm a manager from Target and I want like 15 of these shirts for like my workers.
This is the post.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember that now.
He got laid off shortly after that.
Oh,
He
Really?
still wears it, yeah.
Any correlation between?
No.
Yeah,
No.
right.
No,
I
they
was
let
gonna
him wear.
say,
Like,
you
I think
wonder
most
how-
Targets, he said they can wear whatever red shirt they want.
all right, because I was wondering like what their like dress code policy is. Because I always just see it's like a red shirt and khakis, but I don't know if it has to be like a specific red shirt.
Yeah, no. Some of them, they do have specific shirts that they have to wear, and then some of them, they can just wear whatever red shirt they want.
I was gonna say, doesn't Norb work at Target?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Just ask him. It's like, hey, what's your dress code?
I missed the stories and off topic.
Yeah, I mean, with COVID, there's not many work stories. I don't think.
No.
He should just go into like the archive of his mind and just put up like whatever random like stories that he can even think of. Like it doesn't even need to be work related. I just feel like he has the weirdest life stories at this point.
That's right. Yeah.
So, what were the fan favorites?
Oh yeah,
we
never went around it.
I did think of that, but I didn't know if you had any pulled up.
We're already
There's
like
one-
I can't
2
find the
hours
post
in.
anymore. Because I saw it and it's the one that, you know, of course I was like, oh, Kesha's Animal. Wait,
Yeah, that's when we went on
where
that
lost
track.
Gosh darn it, Bryce.
And
No,
that
I'm
was,
saying,
that was
like,
over an hour ago.
I commented on the post. I was saying like my favorite edit was the Kesha Animal one, but I can't find the post anymore.
Let's see.
Because it's on the page, not the. Well, I mean, I did one on the group, but it didn't get as many comments, obviously. And that was a while ago.
How do you guys feel about how in that group people will like post their own edits and you're like, bro, we've already done this?
Yeah, that happened twice today, actually.
I noticed that. That's why I'm asking.
I always feel bad, like especially when they message like, "Look at this," and it
Yeah.
actually looks like they took a lot of time. And put it
Yeah,
up.
they'll
But
say
it's
that
like,
too. They're like, "This took me forever. I really hope you like it." And we're like,
Yeah, I love it, but
We beat you to it because it's our job.
and it's even worse when like it's one that we did a long time ago and wasn't that good, and theirs is like really good.
Oh yeah,
That's happened a couple times. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I wish I could post this, but I'm like, hey, you've already done that one.
Let me see. I'm trying to remember which ones are your guys's. But I see a bunch of them. I always love that. There's the one on here, Between the Bird and Me, Alaska.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that one's a good one. I
I
love
did that one
edit.
recently. Yeah, and I was like, how am I gonna do this? It's like it's words.
And for some reason, when I first saw it, I didn't put the Alaskan bullworm in the picture. I couldn't.
That's the
figure out
only
why
way I
it
knew
was
how to
there.
do it. I was like, I don't
Figure out
even
why
know
those-
if they're gonna like
Oh
this.
man, I thought you adding the Alaska bullworm to it was phenomenal.
I mean, I didn't know how they'd take it if I just put the word there. And I'm like, well, this fits.
Did you guys do Slipknot's self-titled? Or was
No,
that
Um,
a
somebody
specific-
else.
yeah. Somebody else did that.
And I remember
I
you
had-
guys, you yelled at him because he used SpongeBob more than once.
Yeah, I made him fix it like 3 times. I felt so bad, but I knew it was gonna like explode and be like the biggest,
Well, technically,
edit.
there's still
And
two
it is.
SpongeBob on
It's-
it.
Yeah,
it's
they're
our
just-
most liked one today.
Yeah. So like I said, I knew it was gonna blow up, so I wanted it to be perfect, or else people would shit on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't see this one, but I absolutely love Dear Youth.
Oh yeah, that's an old one.
Oh
too.
yeah.
The Rob Zombie one. Hellbilly
A
Deluxe.
lot of people like. I was wearing the shirt in person, like out in public, and somebody asked me about it. They're like, "Hey, what is that?" And I told him about the page and stuff, and he just started looking through. And that's like the day that he posted this. He's like, "That's amazing."
I really like the recent edit you guys did for Amon Amarth Berserker. I find that one absolutely hysterical.
With Bubble Buddy.
Yeah. That one's
Bubble
good.
Buddy on it, yeah.
Yeah, that one was a risk.
It works though.
Yeah. Let me go through some of your recent ones.
The trivia
This is the
Trivia.
one.
the Crusade one is really, really good too.
I don't know if you can see that.
I like this one. Artist.
Oh yeah, I did that one.
That
And
one's a good one.
the guitarist I think shared that. But this corn one, Follow the Leader. That's the one that Brian Welsh shared.
Oh yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He posted it on his personal Instagram.
I'm surprised Bryce doesn't like the simulation one more.
Oh no, I
That one's
enjoy
good
it.
too.
That one gets me a good laugh each time.
Make them suffer, lower below
Secrets.
is awesome.
Oh yeah. I did that one on the plane.
Did you really?
Life Starts Now is great.
1,000 times repent is gold.
I will say, I think that's going to be a hard band to do as well as like all the Born of Osiris stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, as much as I love their artwork, it's very much just like a spacey person on each cover.
Right.
And we did, what was it, Eternal Rain or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that one
Yeah.
a while ago.
Yeah.
Make them
That's the
suffer.
only other one.
Make them suffer how to survive a funeral is great too.
Oh yeah, I was so proud of how that turned out.
You should.
Yeah, that one's good. And this Trivium one, a lot of people liked because people kept asking for Trivium. Their
This one's
new album.
beautiful too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a great one.
0.5 the Great Chapter. I love that one.
The Circus Survival and Letting Go. I love that one too.
Oh yeah.
The Rob
Dude, so-
Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe is such a great edit.
You like all my edits, man. Thank you.
Thousand Paper Anchor.
All the ones you've been saying are mine.
Oh yeah, I did the Trey one.
Yeah, the Hellbilly Deluxe is great. That one's
Well,
so fun.
I think I tend to do the.
Sean, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
In, celebration of the 1-year anniversary, and you asking me which covers I would like to see, and I said the Ice Nine Kills, and you did the Silver Scream like right on the spot.
Yeah, because that was okay. Yeah,
Now wait. So people finally just started getting the deluxe edition of the Silver Scream after
Okay.
it being on order for October.
okay.
So, maybe do the anniversary edition.
Is it like a deluxe thing?
Yeah, it's the
it's
most
just a different cover.
stupid cover. It's literally an 80s movie poster. Like,
Yeah, I
that's-
was gonna
that's
say it looks
really
like a VHS tape or something.
Yeah.
And then this album too.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm looking at.
You can also say what it is.
I know, I forgot.
One
I'm
of my-
tired.
Dead
One of
Weight's a
my
good
ask-
one. Dead Weight's a
Dead
really
Weight
good
is a
one.
good one.
I had no idea how to do that, and he sent that to me, and I'm like, it's genius.
Honestly, which one of you guys did the In Flames Clayman edit?
I did. I was that
Oh,
one.
That's such. I love this edit too.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I
I'm
think
looking at this
A lot
now.
of what I listen to is smaller bands, so I tend to do those, and nobody notices because they're like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, you doing the Convictions one didn't you do Convictions Hope for the Broken?
Yeah.
I love
I
that.
think
That's
that might have
absolutely
been
hysterical.
that might have been before I was actually like an admin on the
I think
page.
it was. Yeah. The Marilyn Manson edit is absolutely hysterical too.
Which one?
Antichrist Superstar.
Oh yeah. I could probably do this, Bryce. This Final Cut thing. I already have an idea for that dude holding the balloon.
All right. All right. If you think you can do it, then go ahead. I won't complain about more.
I'm guessing they're just ripping off all these like horror icons. I see like
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's their whole
Texas
shtick.
Chainsaw. Okay.
That's
yeah,
the
this
whole
album has been
premise.
that.
What is the pig thing? Is that Saw?
Yes,
Okay.
Supposedly, I've never seen it.
it's soft. It's soft.
That's
Trust
what
me.
I've been
It's
told.
soft.
So
Oh, you've never seen the Saw movies?
I don't do
I haven't.
horror.
Oh.
Yeah. Get this. This kid loves Einstein Kills, but absolutely hates horror
I got my boy Billy right there, man.
If they were books, I would read it.
I love
It's a
the
good
Saw
tattoo, I like
movies.
Some movies are great.
Okay, but yeah. What's this guy on the desk? What is that from?
That's from
that's
the
the
movie
counselor.
that they did.
It's like their therapist.
Oh.
Oh,
I've
you know,
only
it'd be
been
funny
able
for
to go
that
from
for
the
that
video.
guy. You should do SpongeBob at his desk trying to write his essay.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I was thinking the dude with the balloon when they steal the balloon and they pop it, and he's like, "I have the air! Quick, put the pieces on the air!" And it's just like, yeah, I'll probably do something with that.
Man. I think it'd be really cool if you guys tried, and I say try because this is not necessarily an easy.
It's on the
cover to
page.
do.
It's on the page.
All right, bet. No, it's In Flames, A Sense of Purpose.
Is that the one that Alex Pardee did?
No, you guys only did one In Flames one, didn't you?
Yeah. This is that Alex Pardee did this artwork.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I just absolutely love In Flames. So anything In Flames, I'm like all for.
Did you ever spin that record?
That's not too bad.
Not yet. I haven't had the
A
chance.
little weird.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
definitely a strange cover.
People still keep asking for that Green Day album, Dookie. And I
Dookie.
sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
We've both tried it, and I think I
too
gave
much.
up.
Just say, at some point, just say, like, hey, if you want to see an album done that we're refusing to do, just do a submission of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody did though, and it was just like,
Yeah.
it wasn't all SpongeBob characters, and they just threw a bunch of stuff.
It was in the group chat, that picture that you just sent, Josiah.
I just thought about that. That'd actually be perfect for you guys.
Well, that's what they did. They just did that picture and they just put Green Day on it, and we're like, I don't know.
That ain't it.
Oh yeah, because somebody else did that one too. But yeah, another one was just like a bunch of Nickelodeon characters.
I will say one of my favorite edits that always makes me laugh is the Human Target one.
Yeah.
Bryce doesn't like it. We can't talk about it. Bryce hates it.
Does he really?
He hates the edit or he hates the album?
You talked about it last time, right?
Yeah, Bryce said he didn't like it, and I had just posted it like that day, and I was like,
Oh.
"Aw."
Sorry.
Your guys' edit
every time I say it.
Your guys' edit for Memphis Mayfire Challenger is absolutely hysterical too.
Man, you're like my number one fan. Sorry, John.
Hey, I'll take it.
Okay.
He likes all mine.
That's
And do some more convictions ones.
Who is there a specific, like, maybe account that you notice, or like anyone that you're like, okay, they're bigger, like they're more of a fan than like some other people?
Oh yeah. Right? Is that what you're asking? You're asking if there are more people that are like more interactive?
I'm just saying, like, who do you think like are your biggest fans or fan?
I don't know. There's a couple people that stand out. I think that Connor Ground State person, John.
Yeah. Kevin.
He messages a lot. And
Fernandez.
we have a stalker too on Facebook.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
that guy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my. Okay.
I don't.
Should we? I don't know. Should we?
Do you want to tell it? I don't want to be mean.
I mean, how about this?
He probably doesn't.
But
he
like,
probably doesn't look at our
use
page.
names.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Well,
he's not listening.
If he was watching, he would know it was him.
Well, then that's fine.
Did you delete the message? Where is it?
No, it's still on there. Okay, so I'll just kind of skim through them. It's this guy. I'm not going to say his name, so I'm just going to say Jimmy.
Freaking Jimmy.
Oh my God.
So he messages us very first message. I was wondering what type of albums you look for to work with, and we're like, oh, we typically do like metal stuff. And he's like, I was wondering if you recommend any booking agents or promoters, and we're like, no, dude, I don't know, whatever. And he goes, okay, no problem. I was wondering if you had advice on how I can promote my band, and we're like, I don't know, man, like whatever. So he responds, okay, no problem. We released our next this album. Would you check it out? We don't answer. Hey, you there? We don't answer. Guys? We don't answer. Sad face. This goes on for 2 months. Hello, Bikini Bottom, you there?
Hello, Bikini Bottom.
That's exactly how he says it too.
Yeah.
No, this is Patrick.
Yeah, he calls
Hello,
us
Bikini Bottom.
He goes, hey, sorry, Bikini Bottom, are you there?
Oh, this is
But-
Patrick.
And I wish I was exaggerating, but
No,
it's
reading it
just-
off. Yeah.
This long blue is our automated response.
And so, but he'll ask something else. Like
Yeah.
we'll answer him, and then it'll be like, "Oh, thanks." Also, this, and then
Louis thinks
we'll
you're actually
go
sitting
without
there
answering.
typing
It's
it
like,
out.
"Sorry,
Right.
guys, you there? You there? You there?" And then respond to him. And he's like, "Okay, cool." And then something else. It was, let's see, what modern bands do you think we sound like? Would you be able to like our Facebook page? I'm like, "Yep, I liked your page." And he's like, let's see what else.
You're
He was,
asleep.
he was
Thanks
like,
for your support. Would you like to buy a CD?
yeah.
No thanks. And he's like, okay, no problem. Then he goes, any thoughts on this interview I did?
God.
Yeah. And then we
And
don't
I just-
answer.
That
I just said
honestly
cool.
sounds like a guy I know.
I just said cool.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, things have been tough in the music industry. Can you follow me on Instagram? And then he's still,
Yeah.
and what makes it worse is we have this automated response for people. And then so like every time he messages us, the automated response comes up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. So that's our stalker, Jimmy.
Freaking Jimmy.
I don't know if it's so much a stalker, more so just a misguided person that doesn't know
Right.
that you
Yeah.
guys.
He just can't take a hint.
Like,
We
I
don't
don't want to
answer
be
him.
mean towards you guys and say that you guys got lucky with your fame,
Right.
but like you didn't necessarily go out with the idea that it would get big and you would try to promote it at first.
Right. Right.
It's like there's no way that you could really help him promote a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a meme page and a band are two different things, but
Bro, if anything, you're just promoting SpongeBob and these bands
Mhm.
Right.
that are
Right.
pretty well known.
Yeah, that's how I think of it too. Is like sometimes I do edits just to get the band out there.
at least
Yeah.
you're not buying bootleg merch and saying that it promotes a band.
Yeah.
I bought a bootleg CD.
on the collector's page. That's bootlegged.
What, John?
Wasn't that a huge thing on the collector's page?
Yeah, the guy that I called out for flipping and then he blocked me. Yeah.
He freaked out on Mac, and I.
No, he freaked out in spooky posting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
He blocked me on Depop too. But
And I
guess
was having
what?
fun on the.
He's the guy I bought the flag out from under, so he can never mind. This isn't
Yeah.
the group chat.
Yeah, I was having some fun in that spooky posting post.
I want to make an alt and go in there so I can just I don't know. It's like, no, you buying bootleg merch and saying, well, it gives the band in-person promotion. It's like, no, it doesn't. No one, I guarantee that none of us here have ever seen someone walking around with a band shirt and said, oh, hey, I've never heard of that band. I'm going to go listen to it while I'm in Giant Eagle or while I'm out shopping.
I have actually.
Shut up, John. You're not helping my case
You're
here.
not helping.
I just like checking out new bands. That's it.
That's right.
Have you ever seen like bootleg merch out in the wild?
No.
I have. I saw a one of those you hear how does the saying go? It's like all you hear is screaming, but
Oh, yeah.
I
I
listen
saw
to
one of
it.
those
Yes.
Yeah. From
And
those
it's like in
targeted
the
shows.
shape, like
I mean,
that
I feel like
shape.
some people might buy that shirt just for the meme of it.
No. I saw Slipknot last year, and I saw like a dude in his 60s wearing that.
That's who would buy
There's-
those too.
Yeah.
There's one that I do want. It's I think it's the same saying, but it's on an Animals as Leaders shirt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, I just want that for the meme of it.
It's hilarious because the ad for that one, the dude's hands are white and the guy's not white.
Oh, those ones are the best when it nothing matches.
Yeah.
And
are you talking? Are you talking about the ones where it's like?
Yeah, he's
like,
holding up.
He's
the
holding
shirt,
it like this.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
and
it's
it's
like
very
Jeremy
clearly not-
McKinnon holding up a
Yeah.
shirt in
And just-
front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, why would he do that in the middle of a show?
Right.
Hey, let me promote our new T-shirt that came out. You can go get it at the merch table. This is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
And
I
then
am
people buy
curious.
it, or people fall for it. They comment
It's
like,
so funny.
Becky Smith, you so need this. This is so you.
The amount of
It's
people
like all the
in,
freaking
the
white
big
people
group-
doing it, dude. And you're like, guys, you're not helping anything.
the amount of people that have like bootleg merch from Iceland Kills is like the saddest thing in the world. And it's like they buy it from Amazon. It's like, oh hey, I just got my Iceland Kills hoodie. It's like it literally looks like so there was one
It looks
person
terrible.
that posted the hoodie. It's like they're dressed up and it's like the background is like the floor from The Shining. And it's literally the smallest square like JPEG you could have put. And it's like the hoodie is black, but like the outline of the image is like a charcoal gray. So it's so bad. And she's like, it's so great. And I'm like, no, it's not. And it's like someone posted their collection picture and they're like, oh, hey, like, this is my collection. And it's like, I didn't have the heart to say, like, out of the 30 shirts you had, 10 of them were fake.
I would have said it.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't have the heart to be that mean. It's like, I'll be mean when you're flipping stuff or you're a dick, but like, I don't know. Like, I'll tell people, it's like, hey, if someone's like, should I get this? It's like, no, don't get it. But like, you do have to wonder like how much like that the company like Photoshops, like Jeremy McKinnon and stuff like that, like how much they actually make.
Probably a lot. Because like the amount of times it gets promoted to us and we
Right.
don't even care about it, like how many people actually see that?
Right.
But it's like you wonder like the people like tagging them like, oh hey, you have to get this.
Right.
Is that as a joke?
I don't
Or is
think
it like
Oh, I don't know.
seriously, like, hey, you have to get
I
this?
think I've done that as a joke. And then they'll like reply to my comment like, hey, you can find it here. I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, it's the same with those like, hey, I'm this last name. So I'm fierce.
Oh yeah,
and-
yeah. Yeah, it's an Oliver thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. And I saw people commenting like, I'm so good to get this. I'm like, don't do it.
I think I saw one once with my last name, and it was all like the comments were flooded with people with my last name. Like, oh, this is so true. And I like replied. I was like, who are all you people?
Like, I saw one with
for
my
real.
last
Who are you
name.
people?
Well, I've got
I
a
saw-
guy on my friends list named John Oliver too. He just
I was
added
just
me
about to
because
bring
we have
that
the
up
same
right
name.
now.
And I tagged him in it, and he's like, "No, please."
It's the trippiest thing. I forget what post you recently did where you had a conversation with him, and it's like the most trippiest thing to
Oh, I
read
know.
that.
Like, I mean, I used to when I first added him, I would see him post. I'm like, I don't remember post. Oh,
What about that? The one thing I tagged you in that you tagged him in, and it was like John Sepson. Or
yeah,
something.
it was an article about John Oliver, the comedian.
Yeah, and he tagged some other
Yeah.
John Oliver past that.
I have two people named John Oliver on my page.
You guys should all just have the same profile picture and just screw with
I've thought
everyone.
about
Well,
changing
no,
my profile
You
picture
guys
to his.
just switch all your profile pictures, so it's like just a weird trade. So you have like his face.
He's so
You just
weird.
go on like his family's posts and just like really mess it up.
That'd be so funny.
F you, Mom. Who do you think you're talking to?
Or you could all three meet up, take like a picture together, and then
Nobody
all
has-
of you, all of you have the
I
same
have the same picture. Yeah.
and it's not weird because you're all in it.
Right, but
Yep.
then that's even more trippy to read.
Yep.
That's the point.
What did you guys think of Kali Yuga?
I
I haven't listened to it.
I have so many issues with that album release. that I
Really?
don't wanna get
I
into.
was pleasantly surprised because I didn't really care for Arc, so I liked
I-
it.
I like Art a lot, but I haven't listened
Thought
to the whole
Caliuga was
album
pretty
yet.
good. I think
I'm fine with the album.
Son of a Witch is probably one of my favorite songs from them.
Yeah,
had
I
an
like that
issue
one a
with
lot
how
too.
They sold it. That's
Sold it?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean?
With mock-ups looking.
Oh
nothing
no,
like the
I
actual-
don't. I mean, I'll joke about that, but like in the end, I don't care. I'm saying like the whole. They're really like I get like, hey, save the environment. Like I'm all for that, right?
Sure.
But there's a point where you need to balance that when you run a band because it's a business, right?
Mhm.
It's like people are saying, hey, we want hoodies. And they're saying, well, we're not making hoodies because we can't find any that are organically made.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Like
didn't know
that
they were
was the
doing that.
response to that.
Freaking
They
hoodie.
were getting denied by stores to carry their album because they told the stores, we don't want any plastic associated with the album. And the stores are like, well, we can't do that because they'll come in damaged, or we'll ship them out, then they'll get damaged.
Right.
And it's like, I get, wanting to be environmentally friendly. I totally back that, right? Like them planting trees for what, like every copy the album sold in every few hundred streams or something. Great. Like that's something you can do. But like in the end, if you're mailing a record internationally and you have your buyers saying, well, it has bubble wrap and I hate that, and the band's now going after the company that shipped it with bubble wrap, it's like, guys, you could have had to refund your product and, taking a loss.
Yeah, I agree. And it's so funny. Like there's a in-heart weight group that I'm in on Facebook, and some people were losing their minds over. So one of our largest kind of music retailers here, JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
People were going, people were having an issue with JB Hi-Fi shipping the records inside the mailers with bubble wrap around it because it has plastic, right? So, and they're talking about how bad it is, but if that's the case, if you've got such a problem with that, don't ever buy another vinyl record or a CD ever again.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
If it's that much of an issue, don't ever buy one ever again.
Mm.
Because, in the end, you're buying a product and you want it to come in one piece. Like,
Yeah.
And they're saying, I forget exactly what they said, but it was like, they're going, as I think they found out that it wasn't JB Hi-Fi that did it, but it was someone associated with them or something. I forget what like the whole story of that was, but they're going to go after them and like not demand a donation to marine life biology conservation or whatever, but strongly suggest that they should donate part of the profits for messing up their album release.
It's so stupid.
And it's like, guys,
Bro, it's
a business.
freaking bubble wrap.
Like,
and like another thing that's ridiculous as well is like the people that have such a huge problem over them using bubble wrap or a bit of plastic in that. I don't want to ever buy anything from those people because are they not going to use plastic when they ship my stuff? Or if I was to ship something to them, like a record or something, and it came all fucked up, are they supposed to just take it? Are they supposed to just take it?
Right. I fully support like, hey, like help the environment, like, do that. But
obviously, yeah.
The fans of In Heart's Wake, and I mean this in the nicest way, they're almost as militant as vegans. And the sad part is some of them are
the majority
vegan.
of them aren't vegans.
Right. So it's like a double militant thing. It's like, I love the band. I enjoy their sound. But there's a point where you need to find a balance between your goal and your like message and your band as a profitable thing. It's like they said that all of their shows now are going to be, environmentally friendly, and I heard, I didn't see it, that during the live stream, instead of confetti, they used leaves.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it's like, that's a one-time use. Like, I mean, confetti is too.
But you can go out and get a bunch of confetti and not.
Right, but it's like, hey, you're using leaves that could be used for a compost, which I think that would be more important than a, one-time live show. But
and you just can't make every show plastic free. If you go to a show, that there are laws around serving alcohol in plastic cups.
Right.
How are you can't just, Bars
Like-
can't serve people things in glass at shows. They have to give them plastic.
Right. And I think the band understands to a point that's like when touring starts back up that there are things out of their control. Because I think they acknowledged it, but for the most part, eventually it's just going to be like fans might look at it as, well, you're not trying hard enough. And then that's just going to be a whole big backlash.
They're putting themselves
Honestly,
into a corner.
Honestly, whenever I saw people complaining about the bubble wrap, I was like, why are people so upset about bubble wrap? Like, I love bubble wrap. I'm sure I think it's great. And then I found out it was environmental reasons. I'm like, I thought you guys just didn't like bubble wrap being in your
No,
record.
I love bubble wrap, but
Bubble wrap is amazing.
well, you're also destroying the environment, dude. So, but I'm
The world
Not if
is going
I
to end
never
anyway,
use it.
so
I mean, I also hold the mindset that's like, hey, not one person needs to do like every monumental thing. Like, if one person just recycles, they're doing something,
yeah, exactly.
Like, not every single person needs to go all out. But I feel like the fans of In Heart's Wake have the mindset of we all have to go all out, or it's the end of the world.
Are there CD cases like do they have no plastic in them?
They are plastic, and the band said that that's because they literally could not get around it. It's like,
They couldn't
I mean-
do a digipack?
But no, they're digipacks. They're not jewel cases.
Are they?
They're not jewel cases.
Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. They're wrapped in plastic,
Yeah, they're all wrapped in plastic.
but it's recyclable plastic. And
Well, and then like even the digipacks have plastic to hold the CD, right?
I don't do.
I mean, there are
have
certain
You
ones
could
that
do
you
a
can.
slip case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a slip case. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know any of that was happening. I just
Yeah, I didn't either.
I only
So-
know because someone James Williamson invited me to the group, and for the longest time I wasn't joining, and I kept getting notifications, and I'm just like, I don't really want to be in the group, but then I was like, I'll do it, and then I'm seeing all this crap, and I'm like, oh boy,
oh
this
my
is
God.
kind of
Hellbringer
funny.
group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what'd you
I
think
also
about
hate the name.
the music itself?
It's fine.
Music itself is fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you pronounce it? Caligula?
I've been saying Kali Yuga.
Yeah, it's Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I get Caligula out of that?
because honestly, when you look at it in the font that they put it in, it does look like it. And
I think
like,
I'm mildly
automatically
dyslexic,
goes
and
with it.
so that font, I was like, I need to look at this like 5 times over.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoy it more than Arc.
Oh, it's better than Arc.
I thought Arc was kind of boring. I mean, there are a
Yeah.
couple singles that I liked, but I think
I
I
mean,
like this
I-
one more.
Also, only listened to Kali Yuga, I think, once.
I haven't listened
Maybe
to
twice.
any song by them.
Looking at the
You should.
Check out their split EP with North Lane.
No.
I haven't listened to that actually.
Oh wait,
That one's good.
yeah, I was thinking the one with,
The Bride.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking that one was like
that one's they have another one too, right? With the single "The Night Is for Hunting," or is that on the split?
I think that's on the split.
Let's find out.
I really like that song
gonna
they
say-
did with Jamie Hales on it.
Yeah, Hellbringer.
I was gonna say, Andrew, just listen to Divination.
Divination is definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think
Walker.
I don't think they'll ever top that for me.
I didn't expect it to be that good because it's like an early album, but it's really good.
I don't know. I still am very partial to Earthwalker, so I might enjoy that more.
And that one's a good one too.
Sky Dancer, if you want the second part of Earthwalker, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just extended, and then the underground super official Sea Skimmer. Yeah, The Night Is for Hunting is on the split with The Bride.
Okay.
I thought there was another EP though.
They have,
Yeah, there's the one with North Lane, but that's
No, like an early EP.
yeah, they have The Gateway, and then they have Into the Storm.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of, Into the Storm.
yeah. Into the Storm's just their first EP. Yeah.
Right.
And they did a bunch of releases of Arc. Like they had the Prevails EP and the deluxe edition.
Yeah. But I think the deluxe edition was just the physical of whatever that, I forget what it's called. EP. That's the art.
The
cover,
white
but
one?
it's- Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just that and the normal one together finally. But I mean, they're not a bad band. It's just, you know.
An acquired
I get it.
taste.
One of my really good friends is like really into them, and I don't want to say he's like the super vegans you were talking about, but he does like make his own toothpaste out of like clay and shit, and he's all
Wow.
about that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
I have
And
a
I
friend.
think the band plays a big role in that.
I mean, I have a friend that I think makes her own soaps, deodorants, and toothpaste, and it's like,
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool,
if you
honestly.
can do it and it works,
Save money.
more power to you.
Right.
If it is actually more cost effective,
Mhm.
I'm like,
If it's not, then that's not.
but if you enjoy the process and the outcome, then maybe it balances out. But I mean, like, I would never fault someone for their lifestyle. Like, I don't care.
Wait,
Unless
what did you
they're
just say,
doing something
Bryce?
destructive. What?
You'll never what?
I said I'll never fault someone's lifestyle as long as
Oh.
it's not destructive.
What do you think he said?
Something about their like likes and or whatnot. I didn't hear lifestyle.
You need to sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep.
I've
man.
been watching Andrew just doze on and off.
Yeah, I've been watching him too.
His eyeballs look like marbles because they're so glazed over at this point.
Guys, can we all go on my page or profile and look at the shared video? We all have to reply to David Manet. I don't want to mispronounce this. Manetti?
Oh,
And just say,
jeez.
hi, son.
Wait, is this on the
on the
It's on
lot.
mine.
Bleghs The Brees?
Yeah, but it's my share of it on my profile.
Oh, okay.
This is what.
I forgot your name.
This one, look, it's all my dad's.
Yeah.
It's all my, yeah.
What do I say?
Just say, hi. We all
one.
just have to
Hi,
say, hi,
son.
son.
Okay, exactly like
Just
that.
say like.
Capital H, no period.
Yep.
Yep.
Should I reply as Albums of Bikini Bottom too?
Yeah.
Do it.
What was it that we sent? So, there was this guy who commented.
Okay.
Okay.
Legit,
If
looks like we're like Mormons.
we like Facebook messed up a couple times, and we would try to comment as the page, like the original cover for the edit, you know. And Shawn did it on his personal account one time because Facebook was being weird, and I guess somebody thought he was a random dude posting the album cover. And he put like "okay" with a question mark, and so we just started doing that like under everyone. Just
We got
okay.
like everybody in the comments to just spam him. Okay.
Andrew, come on.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out.
It won't let me.
Oh yeah, because you have it.
Love
You have
how
it on.
he
Friends
literally
only.
went through and liked
Oh, do
every
I?
single comment that we made.
Yeah,
Right.
you'd have to make it public.
All right, it's public. Oh, he liked each one.
We liked each one.
Come on, Andrew, you're gonna miss out.
Okay. What am I supposed to do again? Say hi.
Go on my page, find my most
What am I-
recent post, and just say hi, son.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? Say hi.
He's gonna reply to somebody else.
I
He likes somebody super random.
I still can't do it as the page, John. Will it let you?
Yeah, no, it doesn't let me either.
Okay. Oh well. Oh, he didn't.
you didn't tag David. Dude, you
Okay,
have to
I'll tag
David.
him.
It has to be at the
Bro,
beginning.
you gotta tag him. Delete it now.
It has to be the same.
Hurry
I will
before he likes it.
I will cancel you in a heartbeat.
It's so stupid.
Don't you start, Bryce. It's not 12:30
Someone's writing a comment. Andrew.
What? No, delete.
Yeah, he did
delete
it.
the other one, Andrew.
Oh,
I did.
He did. No, he
You have
did.
to
You have to
capitalize
capitalize
the
the
H.
H.
Okay, it deleted. Okay.
Gosh, Andrew.
Wait, it has to be capital H.
Don't say
Andrew.
oh my gosh.
We're so
you're
close, don't
wasting
mess up the
precious
chain now.
time.
Andrew,
Gosh.
edit it.
Can I
I
delete
did.
it for you?
No,
I'm gonna report this.
It's a
It's too
lowercase
late.
H.
He already
It's
liked
uppercase
it.
H.
He already liked it.
Right.
It's too late.
It's
No, it's
over.
fine. He
It's
can do
over.
it. It'll just be like the Mandela effect.
I fixed it there.
Okay. Wow, he'd never even
Yeah.
said hi back. Well, that's the dumbest thing.
Like
I
it.
think that's gonna be on my profile. Look, some person's gonna like have me in an interview, and it's like, so we looked at your previous social media history. Why did you and 6 other
Why
guys
ha-
reply to this one person saying, "Hi, son"?
Why have you got 6 male partners?
Bro, straight up imagine me getting interviewed for like a youth pastor position.
Right?
So we scrolled through your Facebook history and saw you comment, "Hi, son. Is there something you're not telling us with these 6 other men?" Yes, there is definitely something I'm not telling you.
That's all right. You just say only God can judge me.
Oh man. Which that's never mind. I'm not going to get into biblical discussion.
Yeah.
I was
Wait.
going to talk about like the
Okay.
actual context of the scripture or whatnot, but I was like, no, you guys
Look
probably
at
don't
his
care.
most recent comment, and I'm just debating if we should all just reply hi.
On what?
The same post. Oh. Oh, lowercase. Okay.
It's got to be lowercase this time.
Oh, we're changing it up.
You want me to
Andrew
say
will
hi?
comment with a
Well,
capital H.
Guys, it's way too no. Oh, no. Don't do this to me.
It's the same dude.
Hey, Bryce, I'm already at that point.
I know.
It'll never top pizza though.
It.
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go. I think
Bro, this is what teamwork looks like.
it is. This is teamwork at its max. You don't go to the Bleghs and the Brees for album discussions or anything. You go for stupid memes. that
The
don't-
train wreck we are.
For the most incoherent conversations you'll ever witness.
But they make sense. If you would plot it out, it would make sense. Until Andrew comes in on like some random thing that he's like 5 minutes behind on.
We'll be like, hey, what's your favorite album this year?
It's
We'll
like,
get done with it. And then we'll be like, all right, what's a mail day? Oh, my favorite album? Oh, this is my
oh
favorite
wait,
album.
mail day. I got a 2008 I Sent Kill shirt.
Awesome.
Yep.
I got this hat.
Just
And,
because last time I forgot about the flag.
Well,
Literally screamed, I forgot it! And then ran off, and we all just sat there and were like, what just happened? Like, what's going on?
have you guys